Hey everyone, it's Tiffany. Welcome back. So this is a tutorial, or I'm going to at least try to do this tutorial on the KSCraft Mailbox. This was requested from my friend Anne, my good friend Anne. Hey Anne. So this die set is probably about, I would say about 2-3 years old at least. I've had this die for a while. I haven't cut it in a while, but it's not new. Like, it's definitely not last year or the year before, but they still have it in their shop, I believe. And if they have it in stock, I will definitely put the link down below. But these are the pieces that come in the set. There's a bunch of pieces, but let me just go over them with you really quick. So you're going to get these two pieces here, which are the sides of the mailbox. So you're going to cut this out. So I'll just tell you what you need to cut out so you can start prepping. So these are the sides of the mailbox. So you're going to cut one of each side. Okay. This here is the front of the mailbox. So it's the rectangle with the tab. You'll cut this out once, and this is all for the base of your mailbox. All right. This here is the lid and the bottom of the box. It's kind of funny how this works, but you'll need to cut this one out 2 times. Okay, so that one is 2 times. This one here is the back of the mailbox, and this is kind of funny too because it doesn't go all the way down. Like, it's not a whole piece, as you can see, so it will only cut up until here, and then you're gonna determine how long you want the back of your box to be. So for example, for this one here, you see it cut it out, and then you determine how long you want the back. But on my die, because I used to write on my dies with Sharpie, I measured, and this is 5 inches across. So I would just cut your paper to 5 inches and however long you want it, and then you would run it through your machine. So this would be 1 time. Then we have these pieces here. So this is going to be part of the lid, and so you're going to cut this out once and this out once. All right, and this here makes the slot. So I've prepped my pieces here, so let me just show you. So if you want a slot at the top, you're going to cut this out first. Or, I mean, you can cut it all together if you want, I guess. And then you just line this up, wherever you want to place it. And then you run it through, and then you have the slit for the mailbox. So that's what that piece is. And then you have the words here. It says post, a shadow word, and then mail. And then here you have like the locks. You have an apple and some other decorative dies there. So I didn't use that. So once you've cut out your papers, so let me go over everything. So this was a top, and serves as a top and the bottom. So you cut it out 2 times, right? So I cut that out twice. Again, this was the lid, part of the lid of the box. So you cut 1 time and 1 time, right? So you have 1 of each. These are the sides of the box. So it's going to go like this. The shorter it slopes down, that's the front of the box, of the mailbox. So you have 1 of each side. This is the front panel of the box. So it would go here. So 1 of those. And here is the back piece. So when you do cut it, it does make this indentation like a score line, but I mean, it's not a big deal. So I measured, and again, you're going to cut your paper, to 5 inches, little under 5 inches. They did this in centimeters, I think, when they first did this. So let me see here. Yeah, it's between 4 and 7/8 and 5. It's right between the two. So try to just do right under 5 inches. Okay, so where you cut the paper widthwise, and then the length is up to you. But for this tutorial, I did make mine, let's see here, about 8 3/8 inches, like tall. Okay, so now that you have all your pieces, if you want layers, so I did do the layering. So I watched a video a long time ago. It was by Wandy, and I watched it again just to refresh my memory how to make the box. So I made one really quick earlier, but I had glued it wrong, if you can see that. I messed up. But what we're gonna do is, I didn't do the mats, and she didn't have any layered measurements, so she didn't have the measurements for this either. I just had to figure that out. You just have to cut it little less than 5 inches. But if you want to mat your pieces, I would do that probably before you assemble. So if you want to mat the front and the back, so it'd be this would be the inside. I would do that one last, because if you want to tidy up and hide all your tabs, because once we put it together, then you can slide this in and it'll cover the tabs. But you also can put one on the back. It'll be the exact same size. So for your mat, for the front and the back, it's 4 3/4 by 6 5/8, 2 times, and I put back piece so I could remember. So these are the exact same size, pretty much, I think. I think one is just a sliver smaller. Yeah. See, I made one just a little smaller because I was using just like my scratch papers that I wouldn't use, that I don't care if I mess up. But it should be this size here, the 4 3/4 by 6 5/8. I just cut that one smaller for some reason, and I don't know why. So you get 2 of those. And then for the front panel, this is the front of the mailbox. It'll be 3 3/4 by 5 1/8. That's what I got, and it'll look like this. Okay, so that's the mat. And then for the sides, a little bit tricky, but it's doable. So let me see. So this one here, you see it's you have that matting piece there. So what I did was, you have to go back and get these 2 pieces, and all you need to do is make sure your paper fits, you know, the widest part, because this is the piece right here. You don't need it to cover all this. I mean, if you want to save paper, but if you want to do the whole thing, you can. So you're going to come out, once you cut it, you're going to come out with a piece like this. And what I did was, you see the perforation, I just used my trimmer and I cut it off to make it where it's exactly this size, right? So this is the exact size. But if you want it to be a mat, then you're gonna have to put it back in your cutter. So what I did was, I put here, cut off 1/8 of an inch off the long side. So off this side here, cut off 1/8 of an inch, which would be this much, off the long side. And then off the bottom, you're going to cut 1/8 of an inch off this bottom here, the straight bottom. So let me get my trimmer here. I'll use this one. So where is it? Let's see. Let's move all this to the side. All right. Let me get this out of the way. Okay, so I cut 1/8 inch off the long side. So let me put this into my trimmer. And I put the flat side to the top, and I measure it. And let's see, sorry, I can't see because I'm standing. So I think that's 1/8 of an inch, if I'm not mistaken. Let's try this again. 1, 2. All right. So 1/8 of an inch off the long side, and then 1/8 of an inch off the bottom. So let me see, one. Oh, I can't see. Let's just go with it and see. All right, that might be a little more. I couldn't see, but if you are actually following the measurements, it's going to come out perfect. So let's see here. Okay, not bad. So that's the layering pieces. All right, so then I guess let's go ahead and glue our layers on. So yeah, it's been a while since I made this mailbox. I have so many dies. I've been buying from KSCraft for a very long time. Their dies have gotten so much better. I mean, these dies are all great, but the construction, the ease of having to put them together now, how they have each piece where you don't have to really measure anything, is good, because I like fast and easy projects where I can just use my die cutting machine and cut everything out perfect the first time, rather than having to try to measure everything, you know. So for example, something like this, now it would be hollow maybe, and then actually have the whole piece that you can just run through, so you know it's going to be perfect every time. So that's one layer. And then let me, all right, I was gonna write my notes down, but I have this video to refer to, so it'll be okay. So let's put this down the best, center it the best you can. All right, so we have those layers on. We're going to do the front of the box. This is the 3 3/4 by 5 1/8. And I'm not giving this box away, guys. This is just a box for tutorial purposes. So if I mess up on this, it's fine. This is like all my scrap paper. So let's see here. All right, so we have that. And then I'm gonna do the back. So let me do the, put the correct size on the back, since the back is what's gonna be shown. So the back again is 4 3/4 by 6 5/8. And again, I'm just gonna put this on really quick. So I start from the bottom. I didn't do it to the top. If you can see, I left the top in the back. I didn't go all the way up to like there. I thought this would be, that would be fine. All right, so that's the back of the mailbox. All right, so now we have most of the mats on except for the one that goes in the inside. So now we can start the construction of the box. So again, sorry, something fell. I already cut this, but all you would need to do is cut your paper to 5 inches. So I used an 8.5 by 11 paper. Let me just get one. 8.5 by 11 paper. On the, you know, I cut 5 inches, so it would be 5 or a little less than 5. Like I said, it's just a little shy of 5 inches by 11.5, and then you go ahead and you cut it to any you know, height you want. So that's what you do with that. I'm not going to show that because I just kind of I told you guys how to do that. So all right, so let me put this aside. So now what we're going to do is, let's start with the lid. All right, so for the lid, you have these pieces here. So you'll just want to go ahead and burnish the score lines, which I already did. So it looks like this. And this piece here connects to this side. So it's gonna look like that, if you can see that. So it's not this way, all the tabs go up, and then you're gonna match it to this side. And you're gonna glue it. You're gonna glue that there. All right, so you can do that first, or you can actually get the top if you want. So you can glue this down now, because that's how that's going to be, or you can get the lid, which is one of the two, right? And then we can just maybe do this first if you want, and then we'll glue this one on after. Yeah, let's do that. All right, so let's start with the long piece here. So we burnish. Then what we're going to do is line this up. The best we can. This is kind of hard because I can't see. All right. All right, so that we have that there. We're going to tuck this underneath, and that's going to glue there, and then that's going to glue on there, like so. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. I really love 3D projects, and KSCraft comes out with so many cute boxes and purses. I just love them, and they're so affordable. So I really like using their products. They just came out with a new mailbox for January's release, but it's already on sale on Ali. So I purchased it over the weekend. I haven't received it yet because I just purchased it, but I can't wait to use it. So here, now you have this lonely piece, and it goes right here. All the tabs go up, and it goes on top of the lid. So let's go ahead and do that. All right. So let me push this up. All right, and then we have these two tabs here. Oh, this is so hard. It's hard to do a tutorial and not put my head in the camera so I can see what I'm doing. But even though this is just for tutorial purposes, I still want to make it nice. So all right, so there we have the top on. For the most part, I kind of messed up here, but you get the gist of it. So that's the top of the box. This is the tab that's gonna go in the back, and this is gonna be the front. Okay, do you hear my dog? He's snoring. He's so funny. All right, so next, why don't we do the base? So with the second piece, because remember we cut this one out twice, this serves as the bottom of the box, and you're gonna have to do a little alterations to this one too. So this one is a bit tricky. So what I did was, on the side that has the curvy tab, don't burnish this. Keep it straight. But you wanna, you see I put 1/4 inch. You're gonna score from the perforated line going in. You're gonna, that should be 1/4 inch. And I'm gonna show you why in a second. So you get out your scoreboard and, you know, you line up. You have to figure out what 1/4 of an inch is. And then see how mine is 1/4 of an inch. And so you're just gonna have to go by your measurements on your board here. And then you're gonna go do it 1/4 of an inch, and then you're gonna score it. All right. I know it's kind of an extra step, another extra step, but that's just how this die set works. So you have that. So you're gonna burnish the score line you made, not the perforated line. And then what you want to do is, for here, you just want to maybe angle in a bit. It might help it close better. I usually do that when I'm making tabs, but so you're gonna have something that looks like this. All right, so now let me see what's the easiest here. All right, so why don't we put the sides on? Maybe. Let me see. Let's do the sides. And this is the back. So it's going to go like this. Wait. Yeah, it's going to go like this. This is going to go on this side. This is going to go on this side. And then this one has a tab and it goes over here. That's how it's going to be. So why don't we put the sides on? Let's do that. I'm over here trying to think, what am I going to do? Let's try doing the sides first. All right. So for the sides, again, you just want to, I have to bring it up because I can't put my head in the way. Just want to line it up to where it's not sticking out, but it's to the bottom. I don't usually glue it like this. I actually have to look down, but again, I'm not. There we go. Then we have this piece. And then we have this piece. So let's glue the two sides on. Let's glue the other side on. All right, let's do this side. I remember the shorter side, it angles down. The shorter side is in the front. So then let's bring it up so I can see what I'm doing. I like this mailbox. I just wish it was a little more, I wouldn't say user-friendly, I guess. I just wish it was all done, all the measurements, so we didn't have to do anything extra. We just had to cut it. All right, so we did that. And then we have this piece here. Wait, we have this piece. So this is the one where you did the 1/4 of an inch. So from the 1/4 of an inch, you're gonna put that here. You're gonna glue that to the back. So again, let me bring this up so I can see. It's so hard to see. All right, I'm doing the best I can, guys. But so it looks like this, okay? And you see the bottom, so it matches. going to be like this, and this side as well. And then you just have this piece here, and then it comes together. So if you want now, you can put your back piece on, your layering, to cover up, you know, all the tabs if you like. I will go ahead and do that now before we close it up and make it into a box. So let's just put it down to cover up the tabs, make it look nice, and it makes it sturdy too. So there. All right, so that's the inside, that's the outside. So now we just have this tab here, and this tab goes right there. So this is what you have. And now all we need to do is glue the bottom and glue this on. And we have our mailbox. So let's start with this side. Oh, and then we have to put the lid. I forgot about that. All right, so then you're just gonna go here and put that on. And then put this on. It's not sticking. Hold on a second. All right. There we go. And then here, I'll put my glue. So you can use glue or, what is it, double-sided tape, whatever works. I would have probably, for tutorial purposes, I should have did double-sided tape. But when I use double-sided tape, it doesn't really give enough time to fix a mistake. So that's why I'm using the wet glue. All right, you see that? How it's coming along? And then we put that up, and there's the base of your box. So now we just have these 1/4 inch tabs here. All right. Then I'm just gonna line it up, push it down, and then I'm just gonna get my bone folder here. I'm gonna go in here and, sorry, I'm gonna bend down. I don't think you guys can see me. And I'm just gonna go and make sure the tabs are on. Because I can't see what's going on. All right, so there we go. So there's the box. And now all we need to do is attach the lid. So the shorter side, see there's a long tab and a short. The short side goes and gets glued in the inside, and this long side is the outside. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna glue it like that, and that's how it's gonna look. Okay, so then you just get your glue. Guys, I hope I was in frame. I've been looking, but when I've been really concentrating on the tutorial, I wasn't paying attention. So I sure hope I don't have to do this again. And then what I would do is just put it in, let it rest, and then push it back. Push it back, then open it, get your finger so it doesn't move, and then press. Then you know it's in the right spot. And there you go, and there's your box. And so now, if you want to put Velcro, you can put Velcro. If you were going to do magnets, I would have put the magnet, you know, between the layer piece and the base. And here you might want to put like you know, like a circle, punch out a circle and put your magnet there, and then you can close it like that. But yeah, this is how it turned out. Again, I think it's a cute box. Just a lot of like, not a lot, but you know, you have to measure the back, and then you have to make that extra line in the front here, and then there's no layering pieces to it, so you have to do your measurements depending on how you know, how you like your layers to look, whether you want 1/4 of an inch layer or you want 1/8 of an inch. And so, and some of the measurements, when you actually measure it with the ruler, it doesn't really pan out in inches. So I'm sure, I don't know if it was done in centimeters, but like when you measure it, it's always like a little bit off. It's not exactly at like the 2 1/4 mark or 2 inches. It's always like kind of in between. So then you have to, you know, fudge it a little bit so that, you know, you make it as, you know, even as you can. Well, that's just me anyway. I'm just kind of like, everything has to be, you know, even. I don't like it if one border is thick and then, you know, this border is thin the long ways. It has to kind of be a perfect border around everything. So it took me a while to fidget with the numbers, but all in all, it turned out nice. I like it. So I hope this helps anybody who has this die. If you plan on getting it, again, I will link it down below if they still have it available. They do have another mailbox, like I said, that just got released, but it doesn't have a flip lid. So it's not like you can add a whole bunch of like for this, I would put a whole bunch of embellishments in here. I mean, you can shove so many things in here, or stuff, I should say, not shove. But the other box is only, it's kind of like the gumball machine. It has a door and it has a dome top, and it has a door, and you like a door here, and then you can just put things inside, but nothing tall like this. So this is actually a better constructed, like, I like this size box and the way it's made for what I like to use it for. But the other box is cute too, so I can't wait to see, because it looks like it's a pretty chunky box. It's like a square, so maybe, you know, you can just shove things in there like flowers or rosettes. I just know the actual opening of it is not as big as this. But anyway, you all take care. Hope you all having a great Saturday. Hope this helped. Let me know in the comments, you know, if this worked for you, or if the measurements needed some tweaking. Just let me know. Look, it didn't glue all the way. I couldn't see, but if I was doing it like actually like paying attention, it would all be seamless like this. I just couldn't see. But yeah, so anyway, y'all take care. Happy New Year, everyone. Thanks for stopping by.